Hi, Caldwell.
Hi, Caldwell.
Today I'm here with, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Animal Control Officer Townsend. I've been with the Caldwell Police Department for 9 years now, doing animal control. I am married with 2 children and lots of animals in my house. We have acreage, so we have some large animals as well. I used to be a veterinary technician for a lot of years previous to this job, so that has helped me keep an eye out for, appropriate care for an animal.
And what does it take to become an animal control officer?
Patience. Well, you've got to have to be at Caldwell. You have to have graduated from high school, and animal handling experience isn't necessary, but I would say it's very helpful because it's helpful in how to read an animal when you're trying to contain it, or if it's injured, or what kind of things they're going to do. You need to be able to lift some heavier things. I mean, you can always call for backup. And then there's some classes you can take to be nationally certified, but it's not like going to post like a patrol officer.
Yeah. Can you describe your experience working in animal control, including any specific cases or challenges that you've encountered?
So there's at the beginning, it's kind of a learning curve because of my previous job. I didn't have a lot of public interaction, so it's kind of like learning to talk with different kinds of people and not like ramp them up, and kind of try and calm them down. And there's a lot of different cases I've done that are very surprising. I've had 2 dog stabbing cases, which, I mean, I learned a lot from the process on what we have to do in order to, get a conviction. And another eye-opening one was a cat hoarding house. Got a search warrant so we could go in and take any evidence and any animals that were left. And so we seized a dog and a cat from that, and that whole process on how to do that. And it's just, I mean, you learn something new every day. It's never going to be the same thing twice. So you kind of got to think on your feet on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And describe how you approach handling aggressive or potentially dangerous animals.
Well, on my way to a call, depending on if I've been in that area before, what kind of tools I need to use. I try not to grab my catch pole first because sometimes that makes it worse for an animal. I always try and have treats ready just because a lot of dogs will calm right down after that. If a dog's still like rushing at me, sometimes I get stern and I yell at it to sit down, and a lot of dogs will respond to that.
And what ways do you collaborate with local shelters, veterinarians, and other organizations to take proper care or placement?
So we contract with West Valley Humane Society. So basically they handle, 99% of our like injured animals, and then they're our housing facility for the non-injured ones. But if they're closed, like if it's a Sunday and it's an emergency case where a feral cat got ran over, then we have a nice working relationship with Viking Veterinary Hospital in Nampa, which is a 24-hour care facility. So they'll do, keep it stable till the shelter's open. And then I also have several veterinary friends that I'll call for advice.
What kind of animals have you dealt with?
I've had 2 mink, which those are nasty critters and they smell. A tarantula. Thankfully, it was already contained because that was a big spider. I've had a couple like bull snakes and stuff. Not anything too terrible, except for I had to go check out a room full of like boa constrictors and stuff, but I didn't have to move them.
Okay.
So I was good with that. Horses, cattle, couple pigs.
Okay.
I've taken them to the shelter. A mini sheep. Yeah, and I got to see county handle an emu, which was interesting,
Oh.
but those things can be mean.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've caught some geese before that were
Okay.
domestic.
Oh,
Um,
and chickens all the time.
yeah,
Turkey.
chickens. Yeah, chickens. Turkeys are mean.
Yeah.
Try not to handle turkeys since they're not allowed in city limits anyway. Peacocks
Oh yeah.
peacocks and I are not friends either.
No. Well, thank you for joining me on this podcast, and thank you for letting all the people in the community hear and listen more and know more about the animal control. So thank you. Thank
Yes, thanks for listening.
you.